I sat down in person with games media personality Colin Moriarty to talk about my lifelong doubting faith and the reasons I still hang on to it. Despite being an atheist for many years, Colin said about the interview, "Out of all the Christian-themed episodes we've done so far, I must readily admit, this one personally made me think about and question my own beliefs the most." You can listen to that conversation right now by following the link below. I hope you enjoy it. Hey, I'm Peter Franson from christiangeekcentral.com and Spirit Blade Productions. Welcome to Trial and Error, where I play the first part of a game or a game demo, usually do that pretty badly, and give you my thoughts along the way. This time I'm taking a look at Twinbreaker, a Sacred Symbols adventure. Now this is a very different kind of review for me. This is a brick-breaking game, and I am typically not going to be the audience for that, but I'm open to finding out if I possibly could be. I want to be upfront and tell you that the reason I'm kind of taking a risk on this game and really giving it a chance is because I have a personal investment in one of the creators behind the game, and that's Colin Moriarty of Colin's Last Stand and the Sacred Symbols podcast, which this game gets its branding from. The development chores are largely handled by Lilymo Games as far as like the game itself, but the writing for the game is done by Colin Moriarty. Now, Colin and I aren't personal friends or anything like that, but over the years, I've really gained an affection for him, developed a genuine affection for him, just getting to know what little of him that we can, through his content. And that affection was only solidified when I had the chance to come to his home and sit down with him in person for a few hours and be a guest on one of his podcasts, just kind of talking about my faith a little bit. And there's a link to that below that you can check out if you'd like to. So for all of those reasons, it would be fair for you to doubt my objectivity in reviewing this, but I'm one who thinks that like all reviews are subjective anyway, so what I'll try to do is show you the game so that no matter what comes out of my mouth, at least from watching me play, you can maybe get an idea if this is the game for you. Finally, if you've watched my content before, you know that I like digging into themes that are written into games. Themes that might explore moral, spiritual, or philosophical issues. Colin has actually stated that he intentionally put some themes, some sort of messages into this game that he actually hopes people will pick up on. And that's refreshing and rare to hear a writer just come out and say, yes, I'm putting themes in my content, and yes, I hope you are aware of them and they get you to think. Most writers are going to be very like, people can just do whatever you want with the themes, or maybe there's things there, maybe not, we just leave it up to you. But no, he's been upfront and saying there are themes in there, and I hope that people pick up on them. What's also a bit unique is that I have a pretty good awareness of Colin's worldview. For years, he described himself as an atheist. He's kind of softened on using that term in particular lately. I think he's more of an agnostic, but he is certainly not someone who believes in God. He is, as far as I know, still looking at the world from a naturalistic perspective. And so I'll be interested to see what, if any, of that kind of finds its way intentionally or not into the themes that he's going to be playing with. So I look forward to kind of checking that out. I'm also really interested in how someone approaches writing a story for a very arcadey little brick-breaking game. So, all right, that's enough of that blah, blah, blah. Let's get into it. Wow, that was a pretty lengthy opening. Interesting, though. Interesting. Basically, in the far-flung future, these ships have been sent out from Earth to explore, but we've lost contact with them, and so a couple of brave adventurers are sent out in these spacecraft to investigate and see what happened. Now let's see how that gets turned into a brick-breaking game. Ooh, what do we have here? A bunch of different modes here. Well, let's just start with the first level, I guess. Okay, so the left stick controls one of these paddle things, and the right stick controls the other. Oh, there's a timer? Oh no, there's a timer! That's like my least favorite thing in video games. Alright. L1, R1, so what, X to launch? There we go, okay. Oh, geez. Ball speed. Oh, that slows the ball speed. Oh, so I gotta dodge those things that are coming down at the same time. Alright. Gosh, one thing that I miss about, one thing I miss in games like this that I think makes them difficult to translate to a controller is you don't have paddles. Like in the old Atari systems. So it had you had just much finer control over how fast those paddles would move. So did I finish the level? Looks like I did. Okay. Oh! Oh! Oh. Wait, that was ball speed up, so that's... Oh! 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 What the crap? Okay, I guess I beat that level. My reaction time is just so crappy. I'm just not the audience for these kinds of games. New codex unlocked, though. We better find out what that's all about. Okay, so it's just like a scientific journal, but from summer 1981, so not part of the plot. Just kind of like some background information, I guess. Health. What role does health play? I don't... Oh, man, phone. Don't be doing a timer right now. Can I pause? Oh, nice. Okay, so at least it's not like obnoxiously arcadey. Thank you for respecting that I've got a life and things to do. Sometimes I need to pause a game. Let's see, is there a... What's pickups? Okay, that's what I was hoping for. Something that would kind of describe what these pickups, these things are. Okay, so the bugs are scarabs. That's going to slow me down. Coins. Oh, that's just for points. Okay, who cares about points? Grow. Increases the width of your ship. Shrink. Ball speed up. Ball speed down. Okay, so I want to avoid bugs, inward arrows, and upward arrows. Oh! Okay, so minus 25. Did I lose health? Oh, timer's still going. Trying to figure out, like... I think last time I played a brick breaking game was probably on the Atari or something. So I don't really understand the physics of, like, how to move the paddles to make the ball do certain things. Oh, man, I'm gonna run out of time! Oh! Wow, okay. Just got lucky there. Whoa, bugs! That looks good. Shield wall, I don't know. Oh, that blocks all the holes. Oh! Jeez! Look out for a bug! Oh! Oh! Good gravy. What now? Ugh, I gotta do laundry. Oh, I didn't see. Did I lose a heart when when it fell in the hole? Fireball. What does that do? Is there other buttons? I should try some other buttons here. What does that do? Oh, what was that? And L1. Oh, interesting. Well, so far, I mean, here I am on level 5, and I feel like I'm... Oh, this timer started. I feel like I'm making progress, which I'm very glad about. I suspect I won't be able to beat this game. Guns? Oh, those just are shooting automatically. Okay. Oh, crap. I don't know if I want my things to go faster. Look out for bugs! And I did lose a heart that time. Okay. Grow. Okay, well, that's good. What was I saying? Oh, crap. Alright, so we're gonna find out what happens when you die real soon here. Oh, I don't want a faster ball! Dang it, okay. Buy a heart for 100 points. Okay! So points are useful. Buy a heart for 100 points. I like that. I like that. Because I am just not at all interested in score chasing. But then a skilled player can keep those points as part of their score because they're not using them to buy hearts. Interesting. Oh, so alternatively, you can use, instead of like the left, I've been using the analog sticks, but instead on the left side of your controller you can use the directional buttons if you want to move your paddle back and forth. And then on the right side you can use circle to go right and square to go left, if you prefer those control schemes. I don't think I will. Yeah, I think I'm going to want the analog sticks. Oh, the timer's totally going! Oh my gosh. Jeez, Pater. Bug! Bug! Yes, I will buy a heart. Timers! Oof, that was close. Oh! Oh! I tend to be much more open to arcadey type games if they are forgiving. And if they have, like, a campaign that you can get through that's pretty easy. Like, Resogun was a really cool experience for me. I used to like the original Stargate, at least Stargate on Atari 2600. Oh! But it was satisfying to have an experience that I could have on a pretty easy, manageable difficulty that would get me through a little story and give me a sense of completion, you know, without requiring me to really master the game in order to get that. And that's what I'm hoping for here. We'll see in the long run. Oh, man. Oh! Oh, I could have switched it to the other paddle. Here, there's where I want to launch it. Oh, geez. Oh, man. There's lots of lucky moments here. Come on now. There we go. Almost. Oh, dang it. It's got needs 2 hits. Oh! Fart. Oh, man. I'm not gonna make it. Oh! Oh, man. That's ridiculously lucky. Wait, did that just say level 1? Oh, level 7. Oh, did I just think it said level 1 and it actually said level 7? I just thought that looked like a 1. Okay, I did. This is level 7. I'm an idiot. I don't know how to read 16-bit font. Yeah, get up there and do some things. Oh, dang it! Nice. Nice. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting lucky a lot. Or maybe it's just the level design that, you know, makes it not crazy difficult. So he's dealing with themes of isolationism on the part of the United States and how the different governments are reacting and having tension with each other and wars and stuff like that. So far the themes seem to be really political rather than philosophical. I'm not sensing any really strong statements so far, except perhaps showcasing the potential benefits of the United States just kind of keeping to itself on the global scene, unless absolutely necessary. Or even, you know, when others would argue that it is necessary. In this case, he has a future in which the United States stayed out of World War that everyone else was involved in, basically. And they ended up coming out on top in a big way. So all kinds of stats that you can track here if you're into that kind of thing. Not my thing at all, but I'm sure that will be appreciated by the target audience. Oh, crap. Oh my gosh. Oh, bug! Oh, good gravy. Oh, oh, the game should not have let me do that. That was very generous. Is it about where you hit on the paddle? It must be about where you hit, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I think it is about where you hit on the paddle. Oh, crap! Yes. Yeah, get up there, get up there. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no! Alright, time to have lunch with my wife. Oh, what just happened? Did it, like, complete it for me and then take away some of my score? I wouldn't mind that at all. Wow, yeah, it did! Ooh. Is this a boss? Oh crap, it's some kind of boss! Oh my gosh! Oh, this is crazy town. Oh! Oh, that should not have let me do that. That was very generous. Oh crap! Wrong button. Oh, bugs! Oh man, I can't believe I dodged that. Go get him! Go get him! Yeah, 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 yeah! Oh, nice! Wow. Okay, that's cool. Oh, whoa! What are we doing now? I'm not ready for this. Oh, man. My brain is not ready for this. Oh. Oh! Dang it. Oh! Oh! Yes. Double ball! Oh, missed it! Oh! Good thing I had the shields. Oh! Oh my gosh! There we go. Whew. Oh! Yes. Oh my gosh! What the crap? Oh, jeez. Yeah, sometimes I feel like this game is just kind of giving me some catches that it shouldn't. Which I don't mind at all. Brr. Oh! 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 My gosh! Ah! Oh! Sleep at the wheel, Franson. Oh, crap! Yes. What is this happening now? So the ships come in, they blow up the remaining blocks, and that takes away from my score. But it does seem to let me continue. I assume maybe I wouldn't be able to continue if I didn't have enough score, like, points to give up for that? I don't know. Anyway. Ah! Oh! Good gravy. Good gravy! How many levels are we looking at here? Maybe 20? That's what I'm thinking would be good. About 20 levels, and then there can be a new game plus, which I think it has, to provide greater challenge. If people want it! Dang it. Which I certainly don't. Oh my gosh. Oh! Jeez! Okay. Oh! Yes. What the crap? I don't think I'm close to the end of this game. Oh crap. Oh man, there's too much going on! Where'd the ball go? Oh, that was it! Okay, great. Oh wow. So he's projecting in the future that the reason the US becomes isolationist is because they spent nearly 150 consecutive years doing combat operations in the Middle East. Level 21. Oh no. What? Oh no. And the timer's already started. So up and down and left and right. Oh crap. Yeah, this is where I'm gonna be out pretty fast here. I mean, it's a super novel concept. It's not something I'm gonna be enjoying. Oh crap. I mean, they're starting out with a pretty simple level here to get you used to this mechanic. Oh crap, don't be shrinking my paddle. Oh! So, level 21 failed. So I try the level again? Is that how it works? Oof. Oh my gosh. Oh! Jeez! Oh my gosh. Oh! Oh my gosh. Can't believe I made it through that level. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I thought that was gonna... Okay. No, it needs another hit. Yes! Oh! Come on now. There we go. Jeez, la freaking wheeze. 25 levels, maybe? Maybe I'll stop at 25. Probably not. Oh! Alright. Try again. Oh! It's like I just stepped out of its way. Oh, sorry, Ball. Did you want to go this way? Allow me. Oh, good gravy. Totally forgot to control the bottom ones. Yes. Oh! Oh, jeez! Control the... Ah! Come on now. Oh! Alright. It's my third attempt. If I don't make it this time, I'm done. Oh! Yeah! Oh! Ah! Oh! Wake up! Ah! Oh, yeah. There's a paddle over there I could use too. Oh! Oh! Ah! Alright. I'm done. Yeah, my least favorite thing in all of video games is failing at something and having to repeat and do the same thing again. That's why I hate Mario and all that he stands for. That's always the shame about, games with stories, whether it's adding it kind of as a novelty, which is kind of the case, I think, in this game, or whether it's a video game that from the ground up is built in a primary way for the player to experience a story. I think that, personally, I wish that any developer that wants to tell a story and wants their story to be told would put a difficulty mode in it so that it is like impossible for someone to miss out on the story. No matter how bad their skill level or patience might be. I suppose you could argue that these days, in the era of YouTube, that we can just watch the stories online. And I might do that. I'm curious as to what Colin might have to say with the rest of his story. Okay, now this is really interesting. I just decided to experiment and plugged in a second controller, and I'm on level 1 right now, and with the Player 1 controller, left analog stick, I'm controlling the left paddle. Player 2 controller, still left analog stick, not the right one. I can control the right paddle. Oh, dang! And again on this level, the up and down on the left analog controls the left vertical paddle, and right and left on the right analog of the first controller controls the bottom left horizontal paddle. So on this side, okay, left analog on second player controls bottom paddle, right analog on second player controls the right paddle. So that is totally, I was thinking to myself, that would be an awesome feature. I wonder if they thought to do that, because especially when you get to these more complex levels where you're controlling, more than one paddle, that is like the perfect time to make this into a two-player game, so that you have two brains managing these four paddles instead of one brain managing all four paddles. And yet the challenge is still there if you have an aptitude for these kinds of games. So that really changes things up quite a bit for me in the way I view this game. What I'd been thinking, up until that point was, hey man, I hope Colin has great success with this game. It's not the game for me. But now and then, I do like to have an inexpensive game in my library that's not really for me, but can be kind of like a halfway point of something that I'll kind of enjoy, but that's going to be more accessible and enjoyable to maybe a friend or a family member that I have over. And this would be a game that's going to fall into that category for me. It's also really small, so quick and easy to download at the last minute. If suddenly, I have family over and like, what are we going to do? Oh, we could play, like this simple arcade-style game. So for someone like me that's really not into this kind of game at all, would not seek this kind of game out, it still has some value in my library at this point because of that two-player functionality. Really smart addition. Alright, marathon mode. Is that just like playing all the levels back to back? I don't know, I'm not seeing an immediate difference. Pong mode. Whoa, what is this? Oh, interesting. So it gives me an AI to play Pong against. Oh, that's cool. I haven't talked much about the aesthetics of the game. I do think that the cutscenes. It definitely feels like an NES game. I think it probably has some minor effects, like the trail effects of the ball. I'm not sure. I don't think we ever would have seen that on a. That'd be more like a Super NES, But I would say I get more of an NES vibe off of the graphics than a Super NES, and the music in particular is much more NES than Super NES. And I tend to, when it comes to like fresh presentations of retro arcade type concepts, I tend to prefer an approach like Inferno or Inferno 2 from Radian Games, which has lots of particle and lighting effects and stuff, and just kind of looks more modern. But this still has its own charm. Random mode. Oh, it just selects some random kind of like... So just for a quick pickup game, just give me something random. That's what that's about. Okay. Shooter mode. Oh! Oh, cool. I'm into this. Oops, crap. Well, this is a cool feature to build in. Add some value to the whole package. Catcher mode. Huh. Just trying to catch things? Dodge the bad things, catch the good things, maybe? Oh, yeah. Yep, okay. And boss rush mode. Oh boy. So it's just all the bosses of the game. Okay. Well, I didn't make it through the main game itself, so I don't think I'm going to do well against just the bosses. I do think it's cool, by the way, that the game has bosses. That's not something you'd expect from a game type like this. So all you gotta do is, I think, your left stick. Yeah, so you're that side, I'm this side.
So I'm on the right?
You're on the right, and I'm on the left. Yeah.
Ah!
Tricky, tricky. And then I can hit R1 and give you the ball so you can launch it with X. But watch out for the bug, though. Hearts are good, bugs are bad.
What's good?
The hearts are good. And now we picked up a shield wall. One of those icons that one of us caught was a shield, and that puts the barrier beneath us. Watch out for the bug. Let's, bump it up a little bit, you think.
Great.
Let's go to level 5.
Ugh.
Oops.
Yeah, that did good. Huh?
Here, give it another chance. $11, so this is now we're on the sides.
So how do I move that?
Up and down, just like you would think.
The other one, the other stick.
Oh, you're using the other stick now? Oh, yeah, that's right, that's right.
This is confusing.
It's different from, like, Kaboom on the Atari because you don't have the knobs, that can give you, like, complete control over the speed. It's just like one set speed. But see, as we earn points, points actually help you in the game because you can sacrifice points to get an extra life. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool.
It is cool.
You'll have to try this one with me later, Titus. Okay, I know you gotta go, but let me just show you one bit of craziness. So you can see where we could potentially advance to as our skills get strong enough. Okay? This is what the game... I only got to level like 23. That's the highest I've gotten. Haven't beaten that one yet. But this is where it's a big game changer. Okay? You get it? Here we go. And imagine me trying to control all 4 of these at once.
Oops.
Because on the one-player game, it's like one control you're doing with 2 analog sticks. You're controlling everything,
I don't know how you do that.
like up and down and left and right, just for one side. Isn't that nuts? Oh, see. Oh my gosh. I can't even focus on like trying to get them to break blocks. I'm just trying to keep them from doing that. But this is easier than trying to do it all myself. That's for sure.
Oh.
Alright, we can stop there. Thank you.
You'll probably be better than me at this game.
Do you want to try
I'm
it?
so good at the controls.
That sounds really cool.
You remember that guy, Colin Moriarty, that I went to California to be on his podcast?
Yeah.
He and one other person made this game.
He was one of the what?
He and one other person made this game. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go back to just to try the very first level first. You, like, if you were to spend time getting good at this, you could get so much better at this game than I could. If you have the ball, then you launch it with X. Here, I'll give you the ball.
Oh, thanks.
Watch out for bugs. Don't let the bugs touch you. There are things that drop down. Some of them are power-ups that make the game go better, and some of them are like downgrades that make it go worse. Like this will speed up the ball, which is not necessarily good. Oof.
Wait, did the ball just speed up?
Yes, because I picked up those arrows that were pointing up.
I honestly don't know what's going on right now.
Now we're over here. You gotta move your right stick, I think, to move yours up and down. There you go. Here we go.
That's actually a lot better.
Really? You like that more?
Yeah. Oh!
So yeah, it'll bounce off the top and bottom on these levels, but you can't let it get past your paddle.
Oh!
Oh, get that! Yeah, it makes your paddle wider, so it's easier to catch the ball.
Hey, look! It's kind of like cheating, but...
A little bit. There we go.
Yay!
Alright, now it's gonna get real tricky. You ready?
Yeah, I think so.
This will be the last one we do, for now.
Defeat the boss.
Yeah, we won't do that now. Okay, so here, check this out.
That's actually kind of easy, honestly.
Oh, really? We'll see how
Yeah.
easy it is. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh! Oh!
It glitched.
I was just doing that to show off. Oh, dang it! I tried to avoid the bug.
You're welcome.
But... Oh yeah, shields, cool. Oh.
What?
Oh.
No, I tried like pushing it to the side or something.
Oh.
Oh! How did I? I don't know how I did that.
Oh! Oh well.
I want to play one more time.
No, not now. More later though. No. Now I gotta edit this video. Love you.
Why?
Okay, so final thoughts on Twin Breaker, A Sacred Symbols adventure. I am not the intended audience for the game, but I would consider myself something of like a bonus customer, you know, that they could maybe get, but shouldn't have reason to expect, you know, that they would get to purchase this game. The price point is $9.99, and I can't speak to people that are the target audience for this game. I'm such a bargain hunter. I would wait for a game like this to get down to like half that on a sale or something. But I am glad that I have it in my library. I played it for like an hour last night with my dad, who's not into video games at all, and other video games I've tried to introduce him to have just been too, way out of his depth, but had a good time with my wife. I imagine that's something that we'll get out and just play short sessions of every now and then. I think I'll probably end up playing it more with my boys. And so as kind of like a social tool in my gaming library, I'm sure I'll have a use for it. I do like, even though I'm not the audience for it, I do like some of the modernizations, the power-ups and stuff like that. I like that your progress, basically, once you've beat a level, you don't ever have to play that level again if you don't want to. You can move on, to the next level, and it saves your progress in that way. I like all the concessions that it has for players that are not score chasers, to basically turn in points off your score in order to get another ball so you can keep playing the game. As I think I said earlier, the aesthetic is not something that would be my number one choice. I would prefer something that is a little bit more modern looking. I don't have any nostalgia for 16-bit or 8-bit graphics and sounds. I'd like to see more of the story. The only way that's going to happen is YouTube or for me to get another player alongside of me that can help me manage those higher levels, of which there are 40, as I came to realize when I looked that up. And so I'm barely halfway through at this point. And so I feel very limited in my ability to comment on the story in terms of its themes and stuff like that. But, there is that one theme of isolationism. I tend not to be politically minded. I'm more with my content creation especially, have a more spiritual or philosophical bent. But we could still ask ourselves, should Christians have a particular view based on what we see in the Bible on whether or not the United States should be involved in certain conflicts or other matters around the globe? When we see Jesus talking about governments, he talks about the kingdom of heaven, and that's the kingdom that he is ushering in, and that's the government, the kingdom that Christians ought to be most concerned with. That's not to say that we can't or shouldn't be involved in politics. I think there's a lot of benefit in us engaging with our governments as we are allowed to, and in a country like the United States, we have a lot of power to influence and be a part of the government and the decisions that are being made there. Even if we're not holding an office, we have the power of our vote to really influence how our government is led and run on a big picture level. But Jesus clearly said, that his kingdom, when he was in his earthly ministry, is not of this world. His kingdom is something that is coming, that we are in one sense beginning to see glimmers of, but will come in its fullness when he returns. And in the meantime, he says, give to Caesar what is Caesar's, give to God's what is God's. So if the government requires taxes or something else from us, we ought to give those things to the government. And ourselves, well, we bear the image of God. God's image is on us, so we ought to be giving ourselves to God and his purposes. Romans 13 tells us that we ought to be submitting to the governing authorities because, flawed and dysfunctional as they may be, they are put in place by God and are part of something larger that he is doing in the world. The exceptions to that, as I think we see in the lives of Daniel and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, are those times where we should rebel against the government as peacefully as we can when we are specifically being told by our government to do something in direct contradiction to something that God has expressly told us to do. I think those circumstances today in America are going to be extremely rare, but yeah, all that to say, the Bible doesn't say really anything directly about whether or not we should be involved today in conflicts going on around the world, whether or not we should keep to ourselves as much as possible. That just isn't really the particular concern of what God reveals to us in the Bible. But what God does reveal is that Christians, we should not be isolationists in the way we live our lives. In other words, regardless of what our government is doing, we should be globally minded. We should be thinking about what's going on around the world and how we can bless and love and care for other people. We shouldn't be looking for our governments to bring about the will of God in other countries, but individually we should be thinking about how can I, Peter Franson, not be isolated in the way that I'm interacting with the world I live in. So that's the closest that I can come to using this game as a springboard to talk about something meaningful. Yeah, hopefully I'll get to see more of the story somehow later on, but those are my thoughts for now. I'd love to get yours in the comments below, and then I hope you'll join us soon over at christiangeekcentral.com as we continue to geek out and seek the truth. Hey guys, Peter Franson here from christiangeekcentral.com and Spirit Blade Productions. Thanks to you guys here on YouTube. Christian Geek Central recently passed 2,000 subscribers, so thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, for telling others about this content. I appreciate it so much, and it's pretty cool and weird to hit this milestone, and I want to celebrate it a little bit, so I'm going to have a Q&A right here on youtube.com/ChristianGeekCentral at 6 p.m. Arizona time. I'll leave a link below where you can figure out what Arizona time is. 6 p.m. Arizona time on Monday, March 30th. So I hope you will come by for that. I would love to connect with you. Thanks again. Bye-bye.